Hello friends, I am Parvinder Randhawa from Ibsl India, and you are watching my YouTube channel, that's Parvinder Randhawa Guru, and I have written my Facebook address also, and this is my contact number, that is 94160852001. In this video I am going for the reading tips, and tips are based on paragraphs matching, right? And this is a paragraph I have taken, that is green virtues of green sand. So it is, you can check please how many passages are there. So there are passages from A to G, and this is the H passage. And what kind of questions I have selected here that I am going to discuss with you. This is 1 to 10 here. So what we have to do, these are the question numbers from 1 to 10, and these kind of questions are coming more nowadays in the exam. And you can check that they have given here, there are 8 paragraphs, and we have to select the question number 1 to 10. And what I'll do, first of all I will underline the main things, then I'll go to work on my order, right? In this case here, first of all I'll underline plans are given here, word, right? A, it's a new information to me, and single information also, to expand production of AFM, right? Then is second one, the identification of a potential danger. So I will underline the danger word here. Third is an example of AFM use in the export market. So example and export market. Fourth, a comparison of the value of green glass and other types of glass. List of potential applications, right, of AFM in domestic market. So I'll underline the domestic market also. So here the conclusions. So it's a noun here. In my previous video I have already told noun, drawn from laboratory checks on the process of AFM production. So lab I am going to underline. Identification of current funding for the production of green sand. So I have underlined the green sand here. An explanation of the chosen brand name. Naturally I'll underline this one. A description of plans for exporting AFM. Underline AFM. Then I'll go to next one, that is what has to happen before I'll underline, because it's a time, is accepted for general use. So general use. Right. So these are the things on which I'll work, right? So please go to it. Then I will start. First I'll do, then I will find the answers, then I will let you know, right? I will discuss then it, because now please check the time, it's 4:30. So I'm not going to start, just wait, then I'll start it. So I'm going to start my work here. You can check please. Now my time starts. Count my time. There are 10 questions, so I will try. I will start from passage A. for the past 100 years. I read it only time. Then I'll go to the UK here because it's the name of the country. Filter tap to this and this, whatever may be, no longer be necessary. New factory that turns used wine bottles into green. I'm reading this one. Backed by this, so there is a money here. Backed by this from the European Union and the Department for Environment, Food and Rural Affairs. So this is the point here, right? Because there is a fund money here. So let me check that where is the money. Already I have, you can check please, in 7th I have underlined money is there. Sorry please. So money is there, 7th. So I'll work on this one, whether I am right or wrong. So he said identification of the current funding. So where is the current funding here? He said that backed by this and this and food and this, is building. Yes, so it's a current here. You can go with the tense, that is present continuous, which will turn, right? That is another thing. So what he is saying, you can check in 6th please. Let me manage the page. So I'm giving this one A. Later I will discuss because time is running. Then I'll go to the, there may be another answer in para number A, but first I'll go to B. I'm not wasting my time because I have seen one and I'm satisfied with it. Not only to avoid using up increases. This I am reading. So there is, I got some mathematical terms here. Yes, the problem that it come from imported, we can say that wine and beer bottles. So there is a problem, and I have underlined one thing, that is the danger I have underlined. So I want to check that raw material. So I will check that whether this is my answer or not. But he is saying that come from this. So I have to check the raw material word also. It's on your screen please. But there is, I got one thing also here, that is domestic production than other types. So this is a comparison of much of it is used less in domestic production than other types. So I'll go with the other types here, that I have underlined already, that when I have to compare, right? So here you can check here. Green is there, I have already underlined green. So green with the green. And he said that other types of glass. So where is the other types of glass? So he said this one. So I think that 4th is much righter to my B here. Now I'll go to the next one. That is my C para. Maybe there is another answer, but I don't want to waste time in my exam. There may be. This person is there and he spent 6 years working on the project he calls active filtration media or AFM. He concedes that he has given whatever may be. I'm not going to read because it takes so much time for me. So he said that this crushed stone from the, and he performed better. Fact is that AFM does the job better than the sand, easier to clean and reuse, and who of the properties, right? So I have got something here. Let me check what I have got. So because in the initially you can check here, he calls this, then he has given here a fancy name. So I think everybody got the point here, because I've already underlined one thing. In 8th you can check. So it is my C here, right? So up to this one I have done here 3. So I am going to para number 4. That is my para D. He said yes, in this some planning is there. Let me manage the sheet. He said designed to produce 100 tons. So design produce. So there is some, you can check that description of, yes, Here is a, but here expand production plans were there. So he said, but I'm not getting it. Still he said designed, but I'm not getting the answer. So there may be another line which gives me my answer. Because plan, you have to check that where is the plan. The sheet is in front of you. So he said intends to build 5 or 6 factories in cities. Yes. So now I can say that expansion of plan is there. So D, I'll give this one, right? And one second, I'm getting something also more here, because if you have studied here, then this is written, some of the things are written: swimming pools, industrial water, fish farming, and drinking water also, sewage also they have written. So some things are written here, so I have to manage this thing also. So because they have written here, and where is the domestic market here, because they are talking about UK and the topic is based on the UK in para number. So fifth also I'll give 1 2 3. So I have done this, so this. Now next I'll go to the para number E. Here the will be completed this month, and he's saying just like some dates are there. Once I got once here, so time is there. Once it is, because I have already underlined the time here, you can check, but I will check that whether there is a match of line or not. So he said once it is providing a regular, he's saying general use. You can check the point here. So general use is there, regular product is there. So he said that once before it's what to happen, providing will be asked, yes, to perform test. Okay, so I think this may be the answer. I think so, right? And there is one still I have got. So next I'll go to the due to once and before. Yes, danger I have got here. This is the point related to the danger. So I think I'm right here if I'm not getting the danger point. Next is an example. Export I have to touch now. Yeah, because now there are about, you can say 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 7 I have done. So 2 export left and 1 is conclusion from the lab test. So I'm going to the F para. So here I got tested word here, but I want to read it more. Maybe I get something more here. Tested is related to my, and no impurities, so I don't think so that should be there. So tested, I'll go conclusion about on the, so lab checks are there. He said tested the glass already, right? Civil and Engineering Department of the University College London. So naturally, so tested goes with the lab check here. Now export, 2 terms are left here. So here around the world to sell, and he's saying plans for exporting. So there is AFM use, there is no use, he's just selling here. So there is another page, I'll work on that one. This is part of G para. Yes. So here export, this is the point here on which I am giving the export word, right? So he said example of AFM use in the export market. No example is there, plans are there, example is there, but I'm not. G I'll give. Now I'll go to this one here. Next point is this one, that is Just a moment, you can check here. Because they have used here, yes, they have used here cleaning up water, yes, great number of applications. So I will give G here. So I have done in this manner. I pick the words, main words, and try to give the answer on the main words, right? Now let's explain this one, right? Because they have written here various things here. They have written here cleaning of water also. They have written here example also. They have given of Central America filter water. So that's why on banana plantations. So let's discuss now that how I managed to get the answers and how we can do in the exam also. So let's discuss this one, right? So friends, you are watching my YouTube channel, that's Parvinder Randhawa Guru. First of all, I want to repeat everything. I have taken this page, right? This is of passage 1 and I have taken the question number that is 1 to 10 first. That is I have to find the sentence that it is taken from which paragraph, right? So this is the point here which I have to find, and you can check that para A is in front of you, then there is a para B, right? And it goes to up to para H, right? Please. The main thing here is that what we have done here, we have just underlined the main points, then we try to search accordingly the number of the answers, right? So here these are the part of para G and part of para H, and these are the questions which we have solved. Now I want to check one thing here, that how the things I have managed, so that you can utilize the same idea in your tasks. So just go to the para number A, right? Then I will work according to myself. What I did, first I underlined the plans word here because it is related to future. Second, I have underlined the word protection here, expand protection, because expansion is there, that is a growth here. In second, I have underlined the danger word here. Raw material, I have got the word because D is in front of the raw material, right? And I have got a new word here, that is AFM. In third, that is, I got a new thing here because he has given an example and in export market. In fourth, he has given something that a comparison of the value of green glass and other types. So he has compared two or three types of glasses, I want to say. In fifth, he has given a list of potential applications of AFM in the domestic market. So I have underlined potential word here. Second, I have underlined domestic market. In sixth, I have underlined the conclusions drawn from lab checks. So I have underlined the lab checks word here because it's important. The rest I haven't underlined because he said that what are the process I have to check. Then he have underlined in seventh, that is funding. Right, that's the most important word because money matters a lot, right? So because in the passage, if funding is written here, so it means there is a meaning of that word, right? Second, he has written here green sand. You can check here. In next one, I have underlined word here, that is brand name, because what is the brand name that is chosen here, that I have underlined. Next, in ninth, I have underlined the exporting. And 10th is, that is, what has to happen before there is a time here, because before it makes a relation between two times, that he came before me, right? So it means it is managing the relation. So that's why I have underlined the before, which is also managing the relation here. So these words I have underlined, and third and second I have underlined the journal use word, right? So it is accepted for journal use. So these are the things which I have underlined properly. Now I am going to work on this one, this criteria. So first of all, I'll go with it. Now in exam I have the minimum time, that is only for one passage they give me 20 minutes according to, right? So in question number 1, the thing is that what I have to work on it. I check one thing, that is description of plans. So I am not going to waste my time. I am not going first to 1, then second, and third, and 4. No, I never go in this manner. What I will do in my test, I will go to para number A. I read it properly just to enter in the passage. It means I have to read it properly just to enter. But why to waste time? I will go to the, he said that for the past 100 years, special high grade, right, white sand dug from the ground at, right, in the UK. It means the passage is based on the UK, right? Or I want to say that this paragraph has been used. Then he said has been used. So it means he has used here present perfect tense. I want to say that. So naturally this has the relation. But this may no longer be necessary. A new factory that turns used wine bottles into green sand, right? Then he went to the recycling industry, and because this is, I'm missing it while reading also because I have to increase my speed. Backed by this, so why money is there? From where? From the European Union and the Department for Environment, Food and Rural Affairs. He has given the short word also, right? That is Scotland is building the factories. So I am going to the break here. Now check the language. That is building the factory. Right, we have given answer to the 7th here. So that is building the factory, and they backed by $1.6 million. So money is there. Now check the 7th. That is current funding for the production of. Now where is the green sand? Right. So you can check here that green class is there or not. So he said green sand could recycling industry and Britain drinking water. So naturally now you can check please properly the 7th one, that funding matches with money, right, and green glass matches with the green sand, and he has further used also again the green. But why to read so much? Because this I may get another one. So then he said that green sand has already been successfully tested by water companies. So he's saying only about the water companies. Testing word is there. And lab checks are there. But they have written here that what they have drawn, the conclusions, the ending point. And is being used in 50. So where is the conclusions here? So conclusion is there, not there. So he is demanding here the conclusions. So we have to check this thing also, that where the conclusions is there, right? So this is a point here. So where is the conclusion? So that's why I'm not giving the answer of anybody. So that's why I have given the answer of 7th as A. Next go to this one. What I have underlined. Now I have got an idea. That ideas not only has also relation with the but also. Remember this one. So that's why I skipped this line because he's talking about natural resource, but I haven't read any natural resource here, right? So why I should go with? Then he's talking about recycling industry. I haven't read about any recycling industry. You can check from 1 to 10. So why should I waste my time? So he said that now he's talking about this one. Then he went to this one, that is imported wine and beer bottles, because there is so much of it and it is used in domestic production. So he's talking about domestic production. We have got one word of domestic production also, that is domestic market. But he's talking about the potential applications, that is the uses. They are not talking about the any kind of use here. They are talking about the protection here, right? So just check to this one. So they are talking about this only. Fine. And what I have read here, that they are talking about wine glass and another thing also, right? So point is that, so what's the point here? So problem is that is this, and used less in this. So he meant used for this and this. So he has given a lot of data here that it is used for this one. So what's the value here? He's saying that then other types. So he said because there is so much of it. So what is so much here? That I want to say. Can I say this one? So much of it, that is green glass, right, in Britain. Because the topic is about UK, from here we got it, right? So much of it, and it is used less in domestic production than other types. So what he is comparing here? So he is doing comparison of. Now check to the B, please. That is value. So what's the value here? I haven't got any value. You can check. $25.8. So that's why money is there. So value of green glass and other types of glass. And where are the other types? This one. So that's a complete cut here. If you cut, you can get your answer easily. So that's why fourth is B here. So another I haven't got here. C, let's go to the C. I went with the fast speed here because there is a name of one scientist here, right? And he has done some research, or he's working on this one. And he said that he has given a fancy name to remove the stigma of what most people would regard as an inferior product. So he has given a very fancy name, and he has written here clearly that is related to the brand name. So what's the explanation here? Because people regard it the stigma. So he wants to remove stigma. That's the explanation here. Because they consider that recycled glass is inferior product. It is not a good product here. Right? So this is the point here. So that's why now we are on the para number C here. So you can check here. Just using brand name, because as I got the fancy name. Second, he has given me a tip also, because two single inverted commas are used here. So that's the point here. Right? So next I'll go to after C, because if we read here, so we haven't got at that time anything. So impurities are there, but I have to get the danger point here. But danger may be 1 minute. Glass has fewer, he's saying. He's not saying more here. Then he's talking about applications also. Right? But let's go to the D point here. If I'm going to the D point, in the first line he has clearly told us the factory is designed to produce 100 tons of AFM a day. Although dash regards, right, or whatever may be, Mr. Dryden regards large scale point. I am not getting it. Suddenly I move to current estimates of the UK market. So here I have thought about the domestic market due to UK, because the topic is based on the UK here. He said, what are the estimates? Now I have to check here potential. So that's why I have got the estimate word here, because estimate is equal to, right, production is this one, potential. Next he is saying that drinking water, sewage, industrial water, right, swimming pools and fish farming. So these are between this and this AER. So his potential, because current estimates are there. So this is not, means it is not, still it is the, we can say that it is going to be. So that's why I have given the answer of D here. And domestic market means UK market. Second, then he went to, so he intends to build 5 or 6 factories in cities where there are large quantities of bottles in order to cut down on the transport cost. And what is written here, you can check description of plans. So what are the plans here? So he intends to build 5 or 6 factories, right? So these are the plans to expand protection. He is not going to build one factory. He is going to build 5 or 6 factories. So this is the point here. If I go to next one, so that's why I have got here fifth as well as first here, right? So when I got these one, so I'm going to cut this, I'm going to cut this, right? Then A I did with you, then C I did with you. So up to D I worked with you, and B also I did. Now I'm going to next para, that is E. So he said that will be completed this month. Current factory will be completed. So he's talking only about the factory, not about the plan here. So remember one thing. Then he talked about the date and going for the full production once it is providing a regular product. Try to understand the thing. He said once it is providing a regular product, the government drinking water inspectorate will be asked to perform tests and approve it for widespread use by water companies. Right. So here he is giving very nice thing here. So he is giving here nice thing. What has to happen? So government inspector, they will check, then they will approve. So once it is providing before AFM is accepting general use. Regular means general here. So what a nice cutting here. Due to time, that is before at once. After this, go to the next para, right? 1 minute. In this, I got one word also here. The only problem that they could foresee, he said, you can check please. Potential, foresee, possible contamination if some glass came from other sources, raw material, other than bottles. So that's this is the raw material here, came from sources, and this is the danger here. So these are the things, right? I think you got my point, what I want to say to you. So that's why two answers we got from this para, that is para E, right? Now I am going to the para F. He said lab, because in the first, but here also they perform test, but he's talking about lab. So what is the lab here? So this is the lab here, that is University College London, Civil and Environmental Engineering Department. So that's why tested the glass actually in. So he's saying that what are the conclusions drawn from lab checks on the process of AFM production. These are the conclusions here, you can check. Complete line is written here. Now export, that is very easy to find because he has written round the world to sell AFM, right? And he has written here that is plans. So what are the plans here? Network of agents. It is already in. Now go to the next part of this para. Already in use in Central America. AFM use to filter water on banana plantations. Then he has written X also. Right. It is also in use in sewage works in filter water before. So already in use. But he needs one example. So which is the example here? Central America. And due to network of agents, you have got this one. That is third. So that's why these are the answers, my dear, on which I have worked. Now I'm going for, these are the three blanks. Maybe it may be simple for you. So I'm working on this one. So in the meantime, you can check please before I'll move to the next page. These are the questions with answer. First you check, then I will change the page. These are the two pages. Remember one thing, in exam you will not get sheet in this manner. You will get a booklet, right? And you have to turn the page. But they design the questions accordingly so that the student will not get problem. Because there is a question from somebody and that's why I am giving you answer. Now I am going to second part, that is 11 to 14. Right. Already I have read the complete passage I want to say, and they are talking about here, that is, you can check here what I am going to underline. I'll first underline this one, right? So it may help to save a diminishing while at the same time solving a major problem for the dash in the UK. So I have to pick that para where UK is written. However, according to this, that is here I got, if you remember, and here also I think I have got or not, I don't remember, because try to help me in this one, right? Only glass from bottles that have been used for dash can be used in production. AFM is more effective than dash. So here there is one comparison, water filter, and has other uses. So let me work on this one. First of all, UK I have got here. If you remember in my previous time, UK. Right. So it means, and green word I have got from here. That is green sand. Right. That I have got from here. So he's talking about AFM. AFM word, if you remember, I have got from here. So a lot of things. But he said that they use two significant impacts. It may help to save it. So what it will save, right? So here I haven't read. If you remember, I already had a word on not only but also. It means two things are written here. So that's my answer here. It may help to save a here written word, that is scarce, here written diminishing, that is natural resource, and I can easily give two words here. Can it be match? He said two significant impacts. So he said not only has a great relation with but also. And frank to you, in your reading test, you will find these words in one of the three passages. Remember one thing, right? You will find these words. Same time, a major problem, he said here, solve a crisis in the recycling industry. So here I got one point here, that is recycling industry. According to this man, right, a glass that have been used for dash. So I have to check that which bottles he's talking about. Sorry, glass he's talking about. He's talking about this one, that we can go with it. Because this man we have got here. So from here he gave the fancy name, we already read. He needs bottles that have already contained drinkable liquids. And he said glass from bottles that have been used for can be used in production process. Sure that. So he says he needs bottles that have already contained drinkable liquids. So that to be sure that drinking water, right, filtered through the AFM would not be contaminated. So it means I want to say here that bottles contain drinkable liquids. I will give the answers, right? So because it's written here used for drinkable liquids, only he wants to use that clause. AFM is more effective. So where it is written, he said AFM does the job better better than. So let's match that better than. So more effective is better than the sand here. This is easy, seriously. And other uses, he said other sorts of that make it other applications. So complete match is there. Other uses with other applications. Now please check this one. So I have started from here. Due to not only but also I got two answers here, that is natural resources and recycling industry. Of 11th natural resources, resource is written here, and because A is there, and recycling industry of this one. Then I have got the answer of 13 here, that is from this part. After going to this one, contain drinkable liquids is there, so right place liquids, right. And of this 14th I have got here that he has written more effective than, so he has written here sand, more effective than sand. So these are the things on which we can work easily. So this I have done with you. If you want to have an eye, go with it. You are welcome. How I got the answers of these 4 blanks. Thanks for watching my channel, right, or special this video. Please like, comment and share my YouTube channel. Fine. And please subscribe my YouTube channel so that you can get the notifications and you will get the latest updates on IELTS also. I will try to make more videos on IELTS, listing, reading, listening, right, writing also. So be a part of my teaching class. I will be happy to see you again and again, right. But remember one thing, clear your purpose or your aim of IELTS with one attempt. Get required band, whatever you require, within first attempt. Because whatever we'll do in first attempt, that's the best thing in the world. So remember this one. Thanks for watching my YouTube channel.